One more time!
I really love champions with variable gameplay, and I'm not just talking about building a little more tankiness or damage, but about fully different types of gameplay on the same exact champion. For example, AP and AD Kai'Sa, or Ezreal, and even lethality in full tank Sion. The way you play in these champions varies greatly from build to build, but I think this is still not enough. Kayn is the closest example. He can become assassin or a bruiser, but even his gameplay differences are not so strong. But there is a champion in whom this duality has developed even more, and this is Shaco. Both AD and AP Shaco are quite popular and have their strengths and weaknesses, but most importantly, they are very different. For example, AD Shaco uses Q to approach and attack enemy, while for AP Shaco this is the main ability for escape. The same thing happened with other abilities, which makes this champion so unique. That's why I wanted to push this even further, to show and improve the duality of Shaco.
Why so serious?
Now Shaco can evolve into one of the two his final forms, Demon or Trickster. To evolve into Demon form, you need to do 20 backstabs to enemy champions. When Shaco will spill enough blood, he can finally transform in base. This transformation affects all of his abilities, including passive. Backstab transforms into weak points. Now he does increased damage not only from behind, but also from the sides. But when Shaco hit enemy directly from behind, the enemy will start bleeding that deals an additional 20% of attack damage over the next 3 seconds. Deceive will transform into Treacherous strike. Now Shaco can recast this ability to strike enemies in front of him. This ability will deal additional damage if enemy get hit from sides or behind. And if you hit enemy champion directly from behind, you can recast this ability again to the second strike that will deal half damage and slow enemies. Jack in a Box will evolve into Box. Now you need to choose direction when you place your box, and it will activate only when there is an enemy in front of it. This ability will deal more damage and slow enemies if it hits them from side, and if it hit enemy from behind, it will stun him for 2 seconds.
A little bit closer.
His third ability, 2 Shift Poison, transform into Handy Trick. Upon activation, Shaco creates 2 demonic hands that increase his attack range. But the best part is that all attacks from Shaco, while this ability is active, will hit enemy from behind, applying his passive bonuses. And finally, his ultimate transforms into Demonic Pact. Shaco vanishes for 2 seconds and creates area around himself. Shaco will also create untargetable clone behind every enemy in this area that will immediately attack his target. Clones will also apply passive and items effect.
Look behind you.
To activate Shaco's second form, you will have to apply 10 fear effects to enemy champions. After that, Shaco can return to base to transform into Trikster. His passive will transform from Backstab into Paranoia. When Shaco applies fear to enemy champion, he will also apply paranoia effect that lasts for 10 seconds. This effect will cause enemy to see clones of Shaco and his abilities. Clones are invisible for other champions and will disappear if enemy champion will attack them. This effect has 30-second cooldown for each individual enemy champion. Deceive will transform into Surprise. Now, when Shaco teleports, he leaves Present behind that will contain one random crowd control effect. Present will explode upon enemy contact and apply this random CC effect to all enemies around it.
Now you see me. Now you don't.
But if you press and hold Q, Shaco will hide inside this Present. Shaco will automatically get out upon enemy contact or if Present will get destroyed. You will also be able to detonate Present at any moment at will to get out of it. This could help to ambush enemies. Jack in the Box will transform into Jack in a Box in the Box. Now his W will additionally deploy 3 mini boxes upon die, also filling nearby enemies for 0.5 seconds. And second improvement is that now box will follow closest visible enemy champion if there is no enemies in range. Shaco's third ability, 2-shift poison, evolved into Rubber Blade. Now dagger will bounce between enemies. Number of bounce depends on ability level. You can also press and hold this ability near a terrain to set up the trap. You need to choose place and direction in which it will be facing. After that, Shaco will place a clown flower with dagger inside, that will activate and shoot this dagger into first enemy passing by. This will allow Shaco to create even more deadly traps.
This will be fun.
And finally his ultimate will evolve into Jackpot. First of all, now you can press and hold ultimate at any point to detonate clone at will. This will help in the situation where enemies know exactly which Shaco is the real one. Starting from the second level of his ultimate, clone will get one random crowd control effect that apply to all enemies after they got feared by clone explosion. At third level of ultimate, clone will contain 2 random CC effects. This will help Shaco to create even more chaos in the game.
The joke's on you.
There will also be a small chance to hit a jackpot that will increase clone explosion damage by 100% and deploy 3 boxes upon die.
Here we